Plug in your Flex device, connect it to your TV, and follow the on-screen instructions. If you're using your own modem, you'll need your Wi-Fi password to connect the Flex device to your network. Now start streaming from your favorite app in seconds. Free ones like YouTube, Pluto, Zumo, and Tubi. Or ones you subscribe to like Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, and more. Plus, Xfinity Flex includes access to Peacock Premium, a new streaming service from NBC Universal. That's a $4.99 a month value included at no extra cost to you. With Flex, you can watch your favorites in 4K Ultra HD. And with your voice remote, you can find your favorite shows. Play Law & Order SVU. Instantly search across apps. And even control your in-home Wi-Fi. Search less, watch more, and see how Xfinity Flex makes it simple, easy, awesome.
Left-hander 8. Over the yellow line. Mookie Betts is of another planet. My, oh my, what a play. Does he have a trampoline out there? Left-hander A.J. Minter will come on for Atlanta. This is his first action started for the Braves in Game 5. Here's Kike Hernandez to pinch hit. John Peterson. Minter on 2-2. The eighth pitch to Hernandez. There's a fly ball to left field. It's well hit. And Kike Hernandez with a pinch hit home run has just tied the score at 3. The eighth pitch. Hernandez hits it out. We've got a new game.
A pinch hit home run from Kike Hernandez. 3-3 in the sixth inning. This right now is giving you everything you hope to get from a Game 7, which is a gift in itself. But tied up into the late innings, winner to the World Series. And the go-ahead run is 90 feet away with one gone in the sixth.
Seager awaits, pitch on the way. Ground ball weakly out to second. Ozzie comes to the plate. They apply the tag, and he's out at home. Huge out of the plate. And Ozzie Albies keeps it a 3-3 ball game and 2 down here in the sixth inning. Infield was in, and Ozzie was able to glove it cleanly. Had some time, and a good strike to the plate.
Pretty awesome stuff what Chris Martin is doing, pitching in Game 7 of the NLCS in Arlington. Base is empty, 2 out. He faces Bellinger.
Martin's 23rd pitch. Bellinger with a fly ball to right field. Cody Bellinger has just given the Dodgers.
Oh, there it is! Bellinger with Carrot Top looking on there. The great call by my man Charlie. And the Dodgers find a way to get back to the World Series. I'm with the crew, filled with World Series championship level teams. To begin with, it's my man Lawton Lunce Chucky Rose from Xfinity Communities. You see Carrot Top there in the background. What a game that was, and what a team the Dodgers are. What can you say, guys? We've got a World Series with the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays. Welcome in. It's a special edition of the Task Force brought to you by our great friends at Xfinity Communities. And we've got 2 of them right here, 2 of the great reps, from what I've been told, anywhere in the country, Chucky Doug Rose and Chucky Lawton Lunce. Let's start with you, Lawton. Good to see you. I know last week we had a lot of fun with your Lakers winning the championship. I know Magic is a part owner of the Dodgers. You're not a Dodgers fan, are you?
Not really, but I will tell you there's definitely some magic in LA. I think them being able to come back and win last night was also great for that city. And I really feel like the chance by Mookie Betts was the absolute game changer of the night, because what we didn't see before that was the Dodgers leaving 3 men on base and getting struck out. So prior to in that prior inning, so that catch and Hernandez coming to pinch hit, you want to talk about some really non-common things happening there for the Dodgers to win last night. It was, and what a great game that Game 7 was. It had everything.
It was. Listen, we had 2 Game 7s in the league championship series for the first time since the early 2000s. I believe only the 3rd time ever that we had both series go 7 games. That was incredible. Dog, your instant reaction, and what guitar are you pulling down tonight?
There will be no guitar show, so let's get that out of the way. But it's kind of a pseudo Braves fan, and kind of growing up watching them on TBS. I was really pulling for them, and kind of crazy. Chris Martin had been lights out through the regular season and in through the playoffs. He'd only given up one long ball at 24 2/3 innings. So to see that happen to him, Cody Bellinger give him that little walk, that was pretty crazy. But also another kind of strange fact. So it's going to be Tampa Bay and LA, and the odds of one team, LA, the Dodgers winning the World Series. You've got the Lakers winning the NBA championship. You got Tampa Bay Lightning winning the Stanley Cup Finals. You got Tampa Bay could win the World Series. So two cities have a chance to take two championships. And then, hey, if Tom Brady pulls it off in the NFL, it could be even crazier. I don't see the Rams or the Chargers doing that.
Yeah, enough of this. It's too much winning in LA. All we're going to do is win. All right, well, first off, welcome everyone in. Special edition of the Task Force. We've been doing these the last several Monday nights. It's been a pleasure and honor to work with Xfinity and Xfinity Communities. We got two of the great reps right here, Lawton Lunce and Chucky Rose. So welcome in. We're streaming on four different formats tonight: Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We have more that are coming. So keep watching, keep sending us feedback. We have your live comments coming. We'll answer your questions. We are going to preview Monday Night Football. We're going to tell you how you can win $5,000 from Xfinity. Who doesn't want that? We've got some other special treats for you tonight. And we're also going to look at the Detroit Lions, who somehow beat a crappy team when they were – normally the Lions would lose the games they're supposed to win and win the games they're supposed to lose. Yesterday should have been a game the Lions lost. They didn't get it done. They won. But we'll get to that in a minute. Before you do anything, though, Doug, let everyone know a little bit about you and what you do with Xfinity.
Yeah, incredible opportunity. We say it every week. Working with Xfinity Communities and the great partnerships that we develop with all the properties and the communities around the Metro Detroit area. Specifically for myself, I work in Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti, Belleville, and parts of Westland, and have developed some great relationships specifically with BezTech and Village Green and all the great property management companies. So and then having the opportunity to go on the air with you every Monday night and do the Monday Night Football countdown and the sports show and bring that to our residents and to all of our property partners. It's just been an incredible experience, and we're making the best of what we have during this crazy time with Corona.
And I know you spending time with me, both you guys, it makes your life a lot better. By the way, speaking of Monday Night Football, how about some Monday afternoon football for the first time ever? The game's going on right now, and it's actually getting close. It was a 23-10 Kansas City lead, but the Buffalo Bills have just found the end zone, and the Bills have cut it to 6. Josh Allen to Cole Beasley, the former Cowboy who's going to be playing his former team later tonight against the Cardinals. We'll get to that in a minute. But earlier you had a Kelsey Mahomes touchdown connection. You had a Darrell Williams 13-yard touchdown run and some Butker field goals. So with 5:45 left in the fourth quarter, it's the Chefs 20. Yes, I know I said Chefs. It's from a commercial. The Chiefs 23-17. So we'll keep you updated on that. Now, Lawton, you and I go way back. I know you consider to be the greatest friend you've ever had, the best person you've ever known. Your family loves me. Your 5-year-old son, Broman, loves me. He never wants to let me leave when I come over for the well-cooked dinner that you often do. Last week it was tater tots, personally breaded chicken, and I believe that we have mac and cheese. We had a bunch of different treats, so thank you. But let everyone know about yourself. You said all I do is work. I was working. I'm too busy.
True. I'm working right now.
One day, Doug. Don't worry.
Ron, tell the people about yourself and what you do for Xfinity.
Well, I echo exactly what Doug said. Event support. Normally, we're doing events and hosting them on site. We haven't done that in a long time. And so we've tried to come up with other ideas, and what a great way to bring sports and community together every Monday night. And obviously with my now I know that you are my best friend that I've ever had, or whatever you just said. It's great. I mean, what better? But honestly, this is really what we've been attempting to do, try to evolve with the times. And like I said, we used to do events on site. We're not really doing that much anymore. We're doing them all virtual, and we're trying to make it at least watchable. And I feel like we got 3 handsome guys here. We can get it done, right?
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, not to toot my own horn or anything, but speaking again with the times, and this is why I've been so happy to partner with you guys at Xfinity Communities, because I started doing this show in this kind of task force, I don't know, March 20th. I mean, I knew and the pandemic has sucked, obviously. We wish nothing but the best for anybody that has contacted COVID-19. We don't want anyone else to get it, but if you do, please be safe. the point that I want to make is that this pandemic, all the things that have sucked about it, have brought us 5 years forward in different good ways, which is connecting like this. People are used to Zoom calls. They're used to seeing the boxes on their TV, and to be safe and socially distanced. This is the future for now and the future for the future. So it's a great partnership. We always have fun doing this. I think it's only going to get better as we go, not just for our personal show, but for people connecting with guys like you and girls like you that work with Xfinity or other companies. And I want to throw this up as we always do. If any viewers are interested in supporter services from Xfinity, please text XC Task Force to 734-887-6008. I always love the last 4 digits because it's my phone number too, 6008. But it's not like you're just going to get a robocall or someone calls you 3 days later. Guys like Lawton and Doug will reach out to you immediately, personally. And Lawton, what is that, like for you to connect with your customers on your communities, really, on such a personal level?
Perfect example was a couple of hours ago. I assisted a customer at a community that was having trouble going through our 800, and they had kind of an uphill battle. They had some debt on the account from a previous resident, and they were running into roadblocks. We were able to get it figured out in about 10 minutes, and they're all set up, cable and internet, setting up for October 25th. So if they had not got me involved, who knows how long it would have taken. Their customer experience was highly positive this time around. And hopefully we'll have a customer for a long time.
So were they also playing the game Roadblocks on their iPad or something, or just running into roadblocks? Because all the kids are up on the
roadblocks. Yeah. Well, sometimes there's things that are really specific, and Doug will probably agree with this. Is within the apartment, the condo space, there's just certain things that not all of our 800 reps know about because they haven't had the experience. It's not something that's all often trained. So we've been in the trenches, knowing and learning about all this stuff for the last 5 years, and we can be extremely helpful and supportive when residents run into those roadblocks.
Doug?
Yeah, I think from a standpoint that we have, we've got the temperature of the community that we work with. We have a really good relationship with the people that work there and live there. And, specifically on my team, I'm able to bridge the gap between, the two great representatives that we have on our team, Brian and Monique. And just having that knowledge, that forehand knowledge is really, key to the success that we have. That, like Lawton mentioned, our 1-800 number staff is probably one of the top-notch, best trained in the industry, but they don't have the on-the-ground, relationship that we have built. And that's kind of what separates us from other companies who don't have that relationship that we've strived to have. And Dan, you mentioned the future, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say, Xfinity, we are the future of awesome. So,
well, actually, it's funny. I lent that to them because I am the future of awesome, and I've been that since I was 10. So yeah. You're welcome. All right,
what happened the first 10 years then?
Well, I was growing up to be 10. I was always awesome. And you reach a peak and then you keep going. All right, so text that number, please. Or obviously, you call them as well. But text XC Task Force to 734-887-6008. All right, I want to do 2 quick things here. We got a lot to get to tonight. Quick update on the Monday Night Football score. Guess what? I'm going to do it again just because it's so much fun. There you go. 23-17, 3:27 left in the fourth quarters. The Chiefs continue to have the ball. Both teams, I believe, have their full complements of timeouts. So it is 23-17, Kansas City, and a little Monday afternoon football. All right, before we get into what the Lions did to even upset some of their fans with a win yesterday, I want quick picks and look ahead to the World Series. It starts in a couple days. You got it's obviously at a neutral site. There's going to be some fans there, not many, but some. Dodgers and Rays, and of course the Dodgers are the favorite as far as Vegas is concerned. Chucky Rose, we'll start with you because every rose has its thorn. Your thoughts on the World Series?
Yeah, I think the Rays lack some offensive depth, especially when you're going up against a team like the Los Angeles Dodgers. They have really strong pitching, and I know this is a strange season. They've only played 60 games, but the Dodgers and the Rays have the highest winning percentage of any 2 teams to play in the World Series. So it should be a really interesting World Series. I'm going to go with the Dodgers in 6. I'm kind of hoping for the Rays, the underdog. I've always liked the underdog, but I'm going Dodgers in 6. Playing at a neutral site too, especially one that the Dodgers have already had experience at, that probably lends them a little bit of an advantage. But the home field advantage loss, I think, probably would go to the underdog more than to the Dodgers. So, the Rays not having that home field energy is probably going to hurt them. So Dodgers in 6.
Yeah, and listen, I love that Rays team, and I actually, you mentioned being, kind of growing up a Braves fan. I lived in Atlanta for almost 6 years, and used to love watching the Braves as a kid on TBS here in Detroit. I had the Braves in Game 7 last night. I was wrong. I had preseason, I had the Braves against the Astros, so I was close. But, you look at the Dodgers are just they're just the better team. But the Rays have found a way to get there. So I'll make the pick right here before I throw it to Lawton. And if you're wondering, I mentioned Vegas has the Dodgers favorite. They're a pretty decent favorite for one series. They're minus anywhere between $190 to $210, meaning you have to lay about $190 to $210 to win 100. So they're basically a 2-1 favorite, even though it's obviously a neutral, site, and then we play in that Globe Life Field, the new field of the home of the Rangers. Game 1 is tomorrow night. It'll be Glasnow and Clayton Kershaw. And the problem, if you're a Dodgers fan, by the way, the Chiefs are in the red zone, first and 10 of the Buffalo 18 right now, up by 6 as the clock ticks under 3 minutes. The Kershaw's probably in the history of sports, the greatest regular season athlete and the worst in the postseason. He is absolute garbanzo beans in the postseason. So the Rays might win game 1. The series might go 6 or 7 again. But the Dodgers in the end, too much offense, Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger and others, Turner, too much defense. I'm going to go Dodgers in 6 over those Rays. Lawton, is the LA Magic going to continue?
I think this is the year they get it done. They've been to the World Series quite often the past couple of years. They have a very high payroll. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that. And like you just alluded to with Kershaw, is that he just seems to fall apart, or it never seems to work out for them in the postseason. And I feel like this is the year they get the monkey off their back. I completely agree with you guys. 100%. I think they're going to get it done in 6. I don't think it's going to be a sweep or anything, but I think that magic from the NLCS continues into the World Series, and this is the year the Dodgers actually get it done.
Yeah, 3 of the last 4 years the Dodgers have been in the World Series. This will probably be the year, I think very likely the year, that they finally get the job done. All right, speaking of getting the job done, and only the Lions, the Detroit Lions fan base, can get angry when the team wins, but I understand why, because they want them to take for Trevor Lawrence. It ain't going to happen. The Lions are just too good of a team for that to happen too. So when you look at what happened yesterday in the absolute gobble monstering of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Doug, I'll start here with you. As a Lions fan, were you upset that the Lions actually won the game?
I'll be honest with you. I think I'm getting to that point where I just don't care.
Breaking news, Doug doesn't care?
Breaking news. I'll be honest with you, though. It's one of those things where this is like every year. It's like, we have to be upset that they lost. We have to be upset that they won. We can't be, it's just like, I'm done with it. So I really don't care. I barely watched any of the game. It's one of those things where the Lions have totally lost my attention. And I'll be the first to admit, when they're good, I'll jump back on the Lions bandwagon. But until then, I'm a warm weather fan, and I'm going go Chiefs.
It's frustrating. Listen, it's frustrating to hear that, because you're not alone. I hosted some shows over the weekend on 97.1, The Ticket, and that's kind of the feeling that the consensus has. I am one of the world's biggest Lions fans. Even I wasn't that fired up for the game, for the win. I'm not mad about the win, but that being said, it is very tough being a Lions fan. Now, Lon, we've said this, you have a unique perspective, because somehow, some way, from Grand Rapids, you're a Dolphins fan. No, but listen, your Fins might have put Adam Case out of a job, even though they get fired. Yeah, you should be. But your Fins, won big yesterday. You're able to have the kind of objective view of the Detroit Lions. What do you think about where the franchise is at? The fact that fans are upset the Lions won yesterday because they wanted to take for Trevor Lawrence.
I've never been a fan of the tanking, but I did. My first reaction when I tuned in and saw that the Lions were up big was, this win is going to delay the inevitable with the Patricia situation. And so, but then again, for them to respond, I mean, I can look at the other side of the coin and say, hey, they went down to Jacksonville, they got it done. They got it done in good fashion. They beat a decent team, and let's see if they can win next week. That's going to be the biggest thing. I felt like too yesterday was kind of an upside down. There's a lot of upside down games where things happen that I didn't expect. When you're talking about like the Patriots and the Broncos beating them, just some really bizarre things happening yesterday. So the Lions played near perfect yesterday. So that's why it seemed so upside down. But hopefully that win doesn't delay the inevitable, and maybe it helps jumpstart something that they've been working on for so long.
Yeah, and listen, we'll see what happens with Matt Patricia. I mean, obviously, it's one of these things where I thought he was a much better coach, or was going to be, than he has been. Doesn't mean that down the road he can't be. But it's not a great situation in Detroit. I think they're going to beat Atlanta too, and move to 3-3, and then people start saying, "Hey, they could be a playoff team." But we know they're not good enough. The Bears are 5-1. You got teams that are way more impressive than the Lions, but you're still in the NFL era of parity. You never know. We did have a Facebook user just commented and said 10 wins minimum for Quinn Tricia to save their jobs. I would agree. I mean, I know that the playoff or bust thing is not for sure that Sheila Ford Hamp via Martha Ford and everyone else in the Lions ownership has said. Obviously, Sheila Ford Hamp taking the more vocal role. I would say it should be playoffs or bust. We don't know for sure if it will be. But I can tell you right now, if they don't go to the playoffs and Patricia has, 15, 16 wins in 3 years, it's time to move on. And you saw Bill O'Brien already get fired, to Dimitroff and Quinn. In Atlanta get fired. The Lions have got to find a way to move forward. Not 1 step forward, 3 back, 2 steps forward, and 5 back. All right, I got a
pretty
special
easy
thing
schedule coming up too. They got the Falcons. They got Washington. Minnesota hasn't played well, so you could turn around in a couple weeks and see the Lions be 5-3, and it's like, oh no.
Don't even start. Then I'll get sucked back in. All right,
I'll be wearing my Lions shirt again.
I want to throw this out there for the peeps and just check this out. And I want to let everyone know you can pre-order the new iPhone 12 right now with Xfinity Mobile. There's a current $250 promotion for new and existing customers. Just log on to www.xfinity. You can see it right there, xfinity.com/mobile for all the details, or head to your local Xfinity store. Your wireless, your rules, only with Xfinity Mobile. And if I'm not mistaken, Lawton, this is you live on your $15,000 laptop figuring out how to order that iPhone 12 Pro. I'll tell you right now, my friends, I have got an iPhone. She's over here. I'm sorry. Let me grab this for my assistant. Thank you very much. There's no one here. I got the iPhone 11, and I freaking love it. It is a fantastic phone. How about getting the iPhone 12? Pretty sick, Lon. And a $250 discount.
It's pretty sweet. Yeah, that iPhone 12. Like, I already get an iPhone with work, so I typically have an Android for personal, so I get the best of both worlds. I'm looking forward to upgrading to that S20 soon, but great deal for that iPhone 12. And to be honest, Xfinity Mobile, I switched over to them 2 years ago. And unfortunately, the company doesn't give us a discount on that. Shucks. But great service with it. Always, I see no difference when I was with Verizon. So great stuff.
All right, so you see all the info right down there. Go ahead, Doug.
Just when I thought I was done buying iPhones, I, like you, Dan, have the iPhone 11 Pro. I said, oh, this is the one. I'm going to, spend $1,000, and this is going to be the last one I buy. And then they come out with the iPhone 12. It's got that like iPhone 4, iPhone 5 bezel look to it that brings back all the great memories with my first few iPhones. So now I'm back in the hole. I'm going to be buying the iPhone 12.
Well,
and like Lawton said, $250 off, can't beat that. Plus, you get some great trade-in values if you already have an iPhone. So,
funny story. So I was super anti-iPhone for EVs. I mean, ask Lawton. I was a big Samsung guy. I'm not saying I don't like Samsung. Still, I thought iPhones were stupid. And now I'm obsessed. FaceTime, my parents get really angry because all I do is FaceTime my friends. It's got an incredible camera. And the new iPhone 12 has a spy camera that you're going to be able to take pictures from up to like a mile or two away. So it's time to get that discount and all the cool stuff that comes along with it.
You might not want to put the claim on the 2-mile photo here, but I don't know.
No, I'm just saying it comes with the spy camera. But check out the info right there. Log on to Xfinity.com/mobile or go to your local Xfinity store and you get a $250 bonus or a discount. It doesn't get any better than that. All right, I wanted to By the way, here's Facebook just saying rules. He's with you, Lawton. Also, they wanted DeAndre Swift to be the running back workhorse for the rest of the year until he proves otherwise. He was fantastic in the game yesterday. So was Derrick Henry, who had over 200 yards.
Mobile offers
and a 94-yard touchdown.
Derrick Henry, don't even bring it up.
Oh, yeah, of course they do.
I had to play against him in my fantasy.
Hashtag Edward Ruth. Well, if you were in my fantasy league, you'd feel even better because you'd be playing against me and lose like you always did. What was your team called in our famous UFFL league? Wasn't it DJ and a candy stick?
Trouble in base, baby. Trouble in base.
Yeah, trouble in base. You like that, Doug? Trouble in base instead of treble in base. All right, so the savings and the fun doesn't stop there. Lawton, I want to go to you for this because we have got a chance for the people watching right now, if they go to Xfinity Sports or back, to win $5,000 from Xfinity. I don't think it gets much better.
It doesn't. It's too easy. You log on once a day now between now and December 4th. Part of the reason that we came together for this show was because of this promotion. We wanted to find a unique way to promote this $5,000 sweepstakes because it was so cool. So thanks again for partnering with us. Go to XfinitySportsAreBack.com. Super easy now. Between now and December 4th, you can log on once a day. And good luck to you.
Yeah, Dog, 5Gs. I know we talked on this show in the past. If we had this 2,000 what sports event we'd go to, I'm going to ask you and Lawton tonight. We can't win the 5,000. We want someone local. I know in recent years someone local has won it. But if we could have $1,000 to go to any concert when they come back, we could go to anywhere in the world, see any band. Who would that be, Doug?
Oh, man. So I don't know if it matters where, but I've been fortunate to already see this person in concert, and it was honestly one of the best. I went with my mom. It was a great time. Shout out to my dad. He's always watching. But Garth Brooks, I went and saw him at Ford Field, and I'll be honest with you, that was on, I think, February 22nd. So that was like the last big event that was held in Detroit. And
was he Garth Brooks or was he Chris Gaines?
No, he was definitely Garth Brooks. He played over 30 songs. It was an amazing concert. It was definitely worth the money. I think we paid over $1,000 for those tickets. But and that'd be who I'd see, no doubt. And it's crazy now to think about. We dodged a bullet there. 70,000+ people, 22nd. And we were in and out with no corona.
Lawton, thank God. Lawton, I think that you told me you'd go see the Fat Boys. The Fat Boys.
Bring him back.
Who'd you see with $1,000 of that $5,000?
There's two artists that I've always wanted to see that I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've not seen Bruno Mars in concert, but if I had to pick just one, someone that I haven't seen, legend, it would be Phil Collins. I never saw him in concert yet, and I hear
really? Phil Collins. I saw Genesis in the Silverdome, and they toured again 3 or 4 years ago. I didn't see him on that tour. I think they played Detroit. But that's a good one. For me, it would be a reunited Pink Floyd, which is never going to happen. But U2 is going to tour soon, and it would definitely be going to see U2. They are just the greatest.
I can't get with the U2 bandwagon. I don't understand the hype behind them.
What? They're one of the greatest bands in the history of music.
Is it U2 or Coldplay? I don't know.
Shut up. U2, you're out. All right, listen, the most important thing, though, is please go to XfinitySportsAreBack.com and are once a day a chance to win $5,000 from Xfinity. All right, boys, before we go, we got a couple more things to get to. Let me update Kansas City. And they've gone final in Buffalo at New Era Field, I believe. 26-17. The Chiefs get the job done. They avenged that loss, their first loss of the season last week. And, they come right back like a good team should and win 26-17. And it was a lot of Patty Mahomes to move the Chiefs to 4-1. And they get back after that tough loss they had last week. So the Chiefs moving on. But how about the game tonight, fellow friends? We've got the Andy Dalton, the red herring-led Dallas Cowboys after, sadly, Dak Prescott is done for the season. And we've got this Cardinals team led by that man right there, Kyler Murray. This game goes up in 15 minutes or so. I'll tell you, the Cardinals and Kyler Murray are already showing signs of what they can be over the next couple of years. Lawton, I'll start with you. You look at the red herring Andy Dalton. He went to the playoffs 5 different years with the Bengals. They never won a single game, but he's probably the best backup based on experience and talent level in the NFL right now. Can he kind of restabilize the Cowboys if they're losing their leader? There's a lot of talent offensively. The defense sucks, but that's a team that can score. And you see CeeDee Lamb's 11 targets, 8 receptions, and $124 last week against the G-Men. This could be a good situation for Andy Dalton to come out of the ice freezer.
I think so, and it's not like he's not uncomfortable playing in Texas, right?
Right.
From TCU. I mean, Andy Dalton actually might be one of arguably the best backup quarterback in the league. He looked really fluid coming in last week, and I know they beat the Giants. Giants aren't that great, but they got it done. And so yeah, this week I think they're going to get. It's going to be I think it's going to be a high scoring game. You just alluded to that because Dallas doesn't have a great defense. I just think that they're going to come up a little short tonight, and you'll have my prediction shortly.
Yeah, no, they don't have a great defense. They have a terrible defense. It's one of the worst in the NFL. Doug, when you look at Andy Dalton coming off the bench, the freezer, into the hot sun, and you look at Kyler Murray, this has all the makings for what should be a fun game after we had our first Monday night afternoon football game in quite some time. Monday afternoon football, now Monday night football.
Yeah, so, I mean, I actually think Nick Foles was the best backup, but he's a starter now, so we'll.
Yeah, I said in the Lawton piggybacks, the best starter or backup in the league right now. Nick Foles is a starter; he doesn't count.
All right.
And David Blau is obviously the Lions backup. He ain't that guy either.
But yeah, so I think if Dallas is able to establish a run and kind of minimize the opportunities for Andy Dalton to make mistakes, I mean, I'm sure he's rusty, right? But I think that's key, and Dallas's defense has not been good. They've had to play comeback football in almost every game that they've played this year. It's definitely been exciting to watch, and they are the most potent offense in the NFL as well. So if Andy Dalton can get any bit of what Dak's been putting out there, I think it'll be a really exciting, high-scoring game, a shootout in Dallas. And then Kyler Murray, he hasn't played in a pro game, AT&T Stadium, but he's undefeated. He's played a lot of high school championships,
played college
championship there. So if any of that experience playing in such a large stadium translates over to the NFL level for him tonight, I look for him to have a really good game.
Yeah, and you saw the highlights of DeAndre Hopkins, who's basically the Cardinals
Washington football team.
The Washington football team. The Cardinals fleeced from the Houston Texans actually before they fired, obviously, Will O'Brien. I think he's going to have a big night as well. And you alluded to the picks, Lawton. Let me throw the numbers up here. We just facts. Dan, of course, 4-0. No surprise there. Prediction Sasquatch is highfalutin. Lawton 3-1, and Chucky Rose, unfortunately, 2-2. We were obviously picking this game against the spread. The line just moved again. It's been floating around 1 either for the Cardinals or 1 for the Cowboys. It is now a true pickup. So no spread needed tonight. Just pick the game, and that goes, whoever wins the game wins the spread as well. We will start with you, Doug. You must improve on that 2-2 record. You're the only one that is below. You're at 500 or below.
500,
I'm disappointed.
Axel's getting defensive.
Yeah, listen, I need you to pick a winner tonight. You don't know who me and Lawton are picking, so I'm letting you go first. Because last goes first. Second is the first one.
Yep, I've got Dallas tonight, 28-27. I'm going right with the over/under and right with what the spread used to be. So I'm being safe.
All right, you're being safe. It's the wrong pick as far as I'm concerned. Let's go to Lawton Lunce.
Yeah, I like Kyler Murray to stay undefeated in that stadium, 38-35. Like I said, a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be an exciting game to watch as well. So let's go Cardinals and improve my record to 4-1. Let's go.
Yeah, but Lawton's going to move to 4-1. I'm going to move to 5-0 because I'm on the Cardinals as well. I think that Cowboys defense lets Kyler Murray shred them. I'm going to give even more points than you did, Lawton. I'm going to say it's 38-21. An insanely high-scoring game on Monday Night Football. So we all are on, me and Lawton, are on the Cardinals. Doug, Chucky Rose will drop to 2-3 after that bad pick on the Cowboys.
I'm going to catch up the ground on you guys now.
At the end of the season, whoever has the pick record, including ties as well, gets $5,000. Not from Xfinity, just from different donors that we don't know about. All right, before we go, Great job as always, guys. Let's start with you, Doug. Shout outs and parting shots.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be a first for me, a live read. So if you're looking for luxury apartments and a great value, guys, check out Briar Cove. It's one of my partners that I work with every day. It's a great neighborhood. I've been out there. It's really close to University of Michigan, downtown Ann Arbor. Briar Cove is owned and managed by Beztech, which won, I didn't know this, they won the 2020 recipient U.S. Best Managed Companies. So pretty cool for them. So go check out Briar Cove on apartments.com. They're in Ann Arbor, and they'll have you living worry-free. So I hope I did a good job on that.
I think you did a great job, and I lived in Ann Arbor for a long time, and I mean, I know Briar Cove. It is a great place, but living in Ann Arbor is an awesome place to live in. So if people are looking to move or need somewhere near that area, check out Briar Cove, and Ann Arbor rocks. And Lawton, obviously, is going to probably try to rep East Lansing. Just kidding. East Lansing rocks. Lawton, shout-outs and parting shots, my friend.
Well, a huge shout out to Caitlin and Kathy at Winsong Apartments in Pontiac. They really set the standard for marketing digitally on social media. They've been just so supportive of this, not only this show, but anything we've ever tried to market. And I just appreciate them watching and helping us promote this show tonight. Definitely the class of Pontiac when you talk about marketing and partnership.
The class of Pontiac. I've never heard it put that way before, but I love it. Don't forget, go to or text XC Task Force to 734-887-6008. A rep will reach out directly to you. Please do that. And also, XfinitySportsAreback.com. Enter once a day. How much time they got left on that one? Because you can win $5,000.
December 4th now through December 4th. Get on there right now.
All right, gentlemen, it's always an honor. It's always a pleasure. For the great Doug Rose, for Lawton Lunce, as I always like to say, spread love, not hate. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and guess what? Actually, I don't have it in front of me. I dropped my ballot off today. So make a plan, get out there and vote. I don't care what I want to – it doesn't matter. Vote. Doesn't matter who you're voting for, just vote. I'm not going to say
vote for me.
Yes, vote for the Squatch. But make a plan, get out there, either mail it in, drop it off at the clerk's office like I did, vote in person. But please, for the love of Lords, vote, vote, vote. One of the best things we can ever do. And it's an honor to do this show. We want to thank Xfinity Communities, Doug Rose, Lawton Lunce. We'll see you next week. Until then, believe in the dream. Peace sticks.